Hey everyone, welcome to another indie RPG spotlight. This time we'll be talking about Altered Alma. If you like RPGs, indie games, or both, consider subscribing and checking out my other videos. With that out of the way, let's start like we always do with the Steam overview. The Steam overview reads as follows. Altered Alma combines the beloved classic Metroidvania formula with RPG elements, dating sim features. I'm going to talk a lot about those dating sim features. A slick pixel art presentation and a gripping story. Whether you want to beat up bad guys, find love, or just explore the beautiful cyberpunk cityscape, Neo Barcelona awaits. So right away, the first thing that caught my eye is that cyberpunk cityscape. You know, I like cyberpunk, sci-fi style. I love Cyberpunk 2077, like most people do. So anything that gives me that kind of vibe is going to interest me. I just like sci-fi in general, so I think at first glance this game is something for me. So of course I installed this demo, and now I'm making this video. The story setup is like this. You play as Jack. Jack, orphaned by a group called the Crusaders after her mother died, has made the Crusaders angry by turning against them, and now Jack and her robot companion Vera are on the lam trying to escape from the city known as Neo Barcelona. I don't know how we turned against them. Well, I know. I'm gonna say it in a second actually, but it's very just surface level right now. It's just a demo. So we did turn against them. We read that in Vera's bio, and we also read that in dialogue. Most importantly, there are character bios in this game, by the way. It says that we were orphaned by them. That's where I got the orphaned part that I read earlier. That is not mentioned in dialogue, just in the bio. So you do want to read the character bios here. So in the dialogue, it says that Jack, betrayed the Crusaders essentially by disobeying her boss's orders, basically just turning against them, running away. But in Vera's bio, it says that we were orphaned after our mother died by this group. So it makes me think that they turned on us before we turned on them. But again, in dialogue and the main mission description in the journal, it says that Jack sabotaged a ship because she didn't want to kill innocent people. The people being the Shalari? Again, I don't know if I pronounced that right. The Shalari. This is an alien race of some kind in the universe. There's a lot of alien races in this universe. So Jack's boss, Megaduke Synthetico, interesting name, sent Jack to destroy a ship full of Shalari eggs, but he told her that it was bombs, but then she found out it was eggs. Jack didn't want to do that, obviously. She doesn't want to kill a bunch of babies, essentially. So it also mentions in Vera's biography, in the character sheet, that Jack's mother died in a battle with the Shalari. So it seems like maybe the humans or these Crusader group, whatever they are at battle with this Shalari group. So it makes sense why they would want to kill all the babies on the ship. Something like that. This is probably going to be something to remember as we would go through this game. So I need some clarification though. Was Jack orphaned by the Crusaders and then she rejoined? Or was she always in the group? And then obviously she betrayed them with this mission that starts the game and gets her on the lam and kind of kickstarts this whole game. I don't know. I need more with that. I need some more clarification. So obviously that would probably be as I would play through this game farther. Anyways, Jack meets up with a pilot named Harry, another alien, not a human, who vows to help us escape the city. Harry leads us to an old ship called the Esperanza. This acts as our base of operations throughout the game, at least in this demo. Harry says we can fix this ship so we can fly away from the city, but we need some help. And that's how our mission truly begins, with us searching Neo Barcelona for people to assist us. I think the story has hooked me. I mean, I just talked about it for a couple minutes, so obviously it's hooked me. It's going to be up to the characters, though, to see if it will truly hook me. So with all that, let's get into the Metroidvania part of the game, which is a big part of the game. Just by the looks of the gameplay I'm showing you, you probably already figure out this is a Metroidvania. Metroidvania? Anyways, you'll explore this 2D world. You'll run into obstacles you will not be able to overcome at first, but then you'll unlock something that allows you to overcome that obstacle and progress through the game like any Metroidvania. The upgrade you'll unlock in this demo is the blade shift ability. Essentially, this allows you to throw this blade, called the Quantum Blade, at walls, which will teleport you to that wall and allow you to bypass these force field obstacles. You also use this ability to teleport yourself to enemies, to close in on them faster, or to get up to flying enemies. When you blade shift into an enemy, you get a special state called the Quantum State that allows you to regenerate your health potion, known in this game as your health core. It helps you regenerate it faster. The health core, represented by the portrait next to your health bar on the top left, refills as you're in the Quantum State. You extend this Quantum State by teleporting to another enemy or parrying. Yes, this game has parry. Every game has to have a parry mechanic nowadays. Anyways, the game makes you play aggressively because you need to get hits to refill this health core. You can't just run away from enemies and wait for your health to come back. This one upgrade alone, this blade shift upgrade that I got, was not only for the exploration, it was actually for combat mechanics involved with this blade shift ability. This game truly is a Metroidvania first and foremost, hence why it is what they mentioned first in the overview of this game. So if you don't like Metroidvanias, this game's not for you. If you do like it or are impartial to it, then keep watching, keep checking this game out. So the Steam page overview also mentions RPG elements. This is the most intriguing part for me. Obviously the channel is centered around RPGs, so that's something we're definitely going to talk about. This game for sure has RPG elements. For example, there are different characters to talk to and build relationships with. Like Harry, for example. I mentioned him earlier, the guy that's going to help us fix the ship. You can build a relationship with him. He's got his own relationship meter. He's even possibly romanceable, right? So those relationships can become romantic. We could talk a bit about that here. That's a good time. The overview also mentions there's dating sim features. I think that ties into the RPG part, right? You build relationships with people based on dialogue choices. That can be romantic. That's role-playing, right? So let's get into that a little bit. I don't know if I would call this game a dating sim. I know in the overview it says dating sim features. I wouldn't expect a dating sim here, at least from what I saw. When you talk to characters and build relationship with them, like many other games, especially some of our favorite RPGs have done in the past, I don't see that being a dating simulator, rather just a game with romance, like a romance option, right? I didn't get to go on any dates with any characters that I brought back, at least in this demo. I didn't get any romance scenes. You'd think they'd want to give us at least a little glimpse of that feature. I mean, you can level up your relationship in this demo, but I would have wanted, I don't know, a little bit more of a glimpse into that, considering that type of feature is a big selling point in games. Romance is also featured heavily in the gameplay trailer, so I was just expecting at least a little more of a taste of that. Unless I missed that part and didn't unlock it, let me know if that was the case. What I see here is a dialogue system where if I pick the correct dialogue option, I get to level up the relationship, do a side quest for them as well. I've done that in other RPGs that, have the romance options, but that doesn't make those games dating simulators. I don't really want to deep dive right now into what makes a game a dating sim versus just a game having romance options. It'd take too long, and we just haven't seen enough of this game to deep dive into it. But this is just first impressions. So let's get back on track just a little bit. You have a main mission, of course, in a journal. You can look at that. And alongside that, you have side missions. My thoughts are these side missions will mostly, if not always, be connected to side characters at the base to build up your relationship with them for a possible romance. It just makes sense. I think the relationship feature is probably going to be connected to a lot of things in this game. I wonder if there'll be any choice and consequence, especially in this relationship system. There will surely have to be. It seems structured that way. I have choices in dialogue. The choices I pick decides whether I level up the relationship, etc. So there's potential here, right? Like, for example, in the choice and consequence, do I have to choose, doing one mission for one character over another mission for another character? And if I don't do one mission for one character, he'll leave my base, or she'll leave my base. Maybe I can do a side mission for a potential upgrade, and if I do that, I can get a cool upgrade, but if I don't do one thing, it limits me from getting a cool upgrade. There's a lot here. There's potential here. I just would hope that the side quests can be more than just relationship builders, like giving me an upgrade or something like that, right? I did recruit another character to my base besides Harry that I mentioned earlier. Her name was Red Rosie. She has her own relationship level and seems fully romanceable. Red Rosie is a weaponsmith. She's able to give me upgrades. For example, I unlocked the ability to parry while in the air. Again, parry system in the game. There are also mods for your character to equip at checkpoints. There are checkpoints in this game, as you'd expect. The mod I got was for something to increase my damage while my health was low. So last thing I can talk about is just the general notes that I have that I think could even be added before the game launches, since this is just a demo. And we don't even have a release date for this game yet. The game is meant to be played with a controller, so you gotta play with a controller. However, no D-pad navigation in the menus is a big quality of life thing that I think should easily exist in this game. Also, a better indication on when to parry could be good too. Even a sound cue, perhaps. What would really be good is something indicating when I successfully completed a parry. Give me a dopamine hit or something. Boom, you did a parry. It's so cool. Something that I would like, but doesn't necessarily need to exist in the game, is just a simple dodge. Just like something that will move my character a little bit in one direction. This is relevant in the first boss fight. This boss has an unblockable, non-parry ability, so you have to run away from it. And it would be a little nice just to have a little basic boost one way to dodge that attack more effectively. There is a slide that moves the character pretty far, like you can slide under obstacles and stuff, and I guess you could use this as a dodge, and it moves your character pretty far to one side. So if the devs see that as a dodge, I guess I'm fine with it, but a little dodge wouldn't hurt anybody. Alright, let's wrap up this video. I went on longer than I thought I would about this game, which is a good thing. This game has a lot of potential. That is the word I'm going to use here, potential. Potential. We say that about a lot of things. I need to see more of the story. Of course, they won't spoil much of that in the demo. What I really need to see is more of this relationship system and the self-proclaimed dating sim features. How far will that go? Do I get to go on dates with characters? Will something like one character be jealous of another if I romance more than one character? Is that even possible? Let me do it. In that same breath, I can ask, will there be any choices and consequences? I have dialogue options, so there could be. I know I've gone on about the relationship system a ton, but that's probably the biggest part of this game next to the Metroidvania stuff. Can I, like I said, can I choose to date two different people? Can I don't know. How far will that go? And what's the choice of me romancing one character over another character? What's the choice of me romancing all the characters over, just one character. I don't know. I need to see that. It could be there. From what I've seen of the Metroidvania stuff, the upgrades, that all looks solid. I have no reason to believe that won't be solid here. So if you're just looking for the Metroidvania stuff, that looks really solid. It at least starts off good. And I think it'll continue to be good. They really nailed the art style here, just the style in general, the colors, the music, the pixel art. That's all really good. That's a big selling point. There are even references to other pop culture, so I'll let you find those. With all that, thank you for watching, of course. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoy this video. I'll be spotlighting other indie games in the future with an emphasis on RPGs and games with RPG features. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, it's a little bit of a longer video than I expected, and talk to you later.